Man, if it's one thing old people will do, it's hate on young people.
Wet battery.
So Kai Cenat, he's been doing a 7 days in stream where basically he's in jail. Pretty much the basis of it is he's basically simulating what jail is like, not to a full extent, but lockdowns, waking up in the morning at a certain time, breakfast, lunch, dinner, going to the courtyard, playing some basketball, going to work out, lift weights, blah blah blah. I want to say they're lifting weights, but I know they are working out, doing push-ups and stuff. I did see them doing push-ups. Also, he's been having guests come in here and there. Some of them stay for a day, some of them stay for 2. I don't think anybody stayed for like super long time, but it's basically just good old entertainment. Now, you know what happens when the young people got a bunch of eyes on them, right? People start talking, and older people are talking. And basically the old heads are hating on Kai. Now, one of them in particular is Carlos Miller. Now, if you don't know who Carlos Miller is, Carlos is from Wildin' Out. He is also on the 85 South show, which is a podcast with him, DC Young Fly, and Chico Bean. Now that I think about it, before I'll say anything, I'm thinking about it. Kai was actually on an episode of Wildin' Out. I haven't seen this episode, but I might go back to see if Carlos was on that episode and if he says some hater stuff then. So basically, Carlos Miller put out a tweet basically saying that people are streaming from jail now, SMH. Now, this comes from a lot of people have been saying that Kai's glorifying jail, blah blah blah. It's a very serious situation that people go through, and it's nothing to be taken lightly. Now, besides this, one thing that Kai did do is actually have reformed inmates come in and talk to children and the people who he was spending time in jail with. And a lot of people weren't even talking about that. This in itself just shows a hater. This is pure hating. You literally have a skit of you in jail, but you're talking about Kai being in jail for a live stream. You're literally hating. I mean, like, the differences between a live stream and the skit, there's more parallels than there are differences, if we're being honest, considering the fact that they're both just for entertainment. You have to think about one other thing too. Y'all have to pick y'all's battles way better. This isn't something that you want to fight on. This isn't a battle you want to go into realistically. Besides the fact that it's just entertainment, you have to understand what people also take in as entertainment as well. I mean, people watch Power, BMF. These are stories about drugs, gangs, violence, and nobody's saying that it's glorifying anything. More so, it's just entertainment. And I mean, you could make the argument that it's glorifying it, but you can say a lot of things are glorifying a lot of things, but sometimes they're quite literally just for entertainment. That being said, I'm gonna be honest. People are just gonna hate on Kai regardless, and it's kind of sad. And it's especially sad when it's in the black community. And I do say this as a black person. Realistically, bro, we gotta do better, and we have to stop hating on each other. Like, when a young person does something and an older person just looks at it and gets upset, they shouldn't get upset. They should encourage it or embrace it. But instead, we just hate on each other, and that's just sad. I don't know why we do that. We're not gonna get anywhere if we continue down this path. I'm just being honest. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and be all preachy, and I'm gonna definitely step off the soapbox right now. But Carlos Miller, bro, do better, bro. Leave Kai alone and let him do his thug thizzle. The thing about Kai just he gets these ideas and he just executes on them. He's really good at putting his ideas into action, and that's one thing about Kai that I really admire. As either I don't want to call myself a peer of his, but I mean, me and him, we did graduate same year and stuff, so I do see him as a literal peer. Like literally a literal, he actually is one of my literal peers. I do just admire it as somebody who's in my grouping of age and just somebody out here doing it, having these creative ideas and really just going in on them is really good, and I like to see the hard work that he actually puts in, you know, and I like that, you know, he doesn't do it by himself. He has a good team and all that, and good people around him, and that's really what it's about. If you have people who constantly hate on everything you do, you're never gonna get anything done, and you're gonna look like one of the old people that's just hating. I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of ranting at this point, but in all honesty, in conclusion, I think that the 7 days in was actually a good idea, and I hope he does a part 2. When he does a part 2, I would like to be a part of it. I think that would actually be really fun and dope. It's also interesting seeing the difference in like how you act when you're really in jail, you know, and I think it's also probably just a really good time for them to just unplug and just really chill out, you know. I think I think the 7 days in oddly gives them a time to unplug, in a sense. Like, God doesn't have his phone or anything like that. Like, he's genuinely surprised when people come in. I just think it actually kind of is a little bit of a positive for him to just actually unplug and chill out and really just be with people, you know. And also to be like, yeah, I don't want to go to jail, so keep him from doing some dumb stuff in the future. But yeah, that's how I'll conclude this video, man. If you're a hater, stop hating, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This isn't something that I would hate on. I'm actually genuinely surprised that people found something to hate on about this. But yeah, man. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, it's honestly really weird. But I appreciate everybody for listening in on this. If you like this and if you want to see more videos, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, man, and click subscribe. This is a Wet Battery. Yeah. Peace.
If you was a hamster, what would you name yourself?
Wet Battery.
Can you fill that bag up?
Right now!